We are live from the Coliseum Arena in Oakland, California. Sports Channel is proud to present the Golden State Warriors home opener for 1993-94. Tonight, the Warriors take on the defending Midwest Division champion, Houston Rockets. Hello again, everybody. Steve Albert along with Jim Barnett, and welcome to our first edition of Golden State Warriors basketball here on Sports Channel. Great to be back with you for another season. The Warriors coming off the split in Texas. And Jim, of course, the big story is #1 draft pick Chris Webber, who is chomping at the bit, and the fans anxiously awaiting his arrival on the NBA scene.
You know, you don't have Tim Hardaway, the heart and soul of the club, but you have a competitor to the nth degree in Chris Webber. He is so anxious to get it going and get himself in an NBA box score. Unfortunately, he's going to be thrown to the wolves. It's a tough assignment going against the big front line that the Houston Rockets have, led by, of course, Hakeem Olajuwon. But Chris Webber, a physical specimen. He's raw in ability here. He's going to take a little while to get comfortable with the basketball scene at the NBA level. Not going to be able to overpower guys like he did in college, but he does have that physique. He does have that mentality to make the big plays. He's not going to make, you know, a spectacular player immediately, but he's going to do a lot of good things, and I think he's ready to shoulder that responsibility. He doesn't mind that all the focus of attention is going to be on him. Somehow he has a special quality about him that I think is just going to make him a better player.
And Don Nelson slowed things down in San Antonio. He went small in Dallas. Your thoughts on the strategic approach to the Houston Rockets with that powerful front line?
Well, he's never done it in the past, whether at home or on the road against Houston. I think he's got good spacing against this club. He's had very good success offensively, so look for them to run a little bit tonight. I think the real key is defensively, and we'll get into that as the game progresses.
Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, arguably the premier center in the NBA. Some feel the best all-around player in the NBA. And Jimmy comes off a dream season, and he picks up where he left off.
He really does, and he's a lot like David Robinson. What a great physique and tremendous quickness, but overall ability as a center, he is without question the best. 4th in the league in scoring last year, 4th in rebounding, #1 in blocks. He also finished 13th in the NBA in steals. That attribute goes to his quickness. But here's a guy that could be on a mission this year. You're talking about a 10-year player. They won 55 games last year. Could he take them to the finals? That is the question that still has to be answered.
All right, Jim, it's the home opener, 93-94 here at the Coliseum Arena. We're getting set for the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. When we return, we'll have all the pregame hoopla and ceremony, so stay tuned. Tonight's Warrior game is brought to you by the Discover Card. It pays to discover. By Gillette Sensor and the new Gillette Series. Gillette, the best a man can get. By Head & Shoulders and Head & Shoulders 2-in-1, because great hair can't have flakes. By Wells Fargo Bank, coming through for local sports. And by your local Lincoln Mercury dealer.
Wells Fargo has been coming through for Californians since Gold Rush days. Outstanding record, outstanding performance. Today, you'll find an impressive lineup of services to help you stay ahead of the game. Like Wells Fargo's 5-minute max teller service or 24-hour person-to-person phone service. And to keep you financially fit, a full roster of products for reaching your personal goals. Wells Fargo Bank, strong for Californians since 1852.
From Gillette comes a revolutionary form of antiperspirant protection. Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant. Because it's a clear, clean, powerful gel, it goes on smoothly with no white residue to form an invisible barrier of protection. All-day protection against both wetness and odor. Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant. One of the advanced deodorants and antiperspirants in the Gillette series.
Welcome back to the Coliseum Arena here in Oakland, California. We're getting set for the pregame ceremonies. Prior to the national anthem, which will feature Huey Lewis and the News, they'll have a moment of silence for the late Drazen Petrovic, who tragically died in a car crash overseas. Star of the New Jersey Nets. Tremendous loss to the NBA. Let's pick up Dick Callahan on the public address.
Their personal contributions. We ask all of you to join now in a moment of silence in their memory. Thank you.
Moment of silence for Reggie Lewis and Drazen Petrovic. And right now,
Bay Area favorites,
Huey Lewis and the News will be greeted by this sellout crowd. They love them. Local favorites from the Bay Area. They'll present
as they perform
our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glow, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Huey Lewis and the News providing our national anthem here at the Coliseum Arena on opening night. Home style. We'll be back with the introduction of the Warriors starting lineup, complete with a special surprise.
Great look, beautiful hair. And only weeks ago, she came to my salon with a problem, dandruff. So I showed her what Head & Shoulders can do. We washed half her hair with regular shampoo, the other half with Head & Shoulders. The result? Regular shampoo side, dandruff. Head & Shoulders side, flake-free. Looking good, Sally.
Thanks to you.
Head & Shoulders, because beautiful hair can't have flakes.
Live Friday, November 12th, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. For the first time ever, witness the fiercest fighting disciplines: karate, boxing, sumo, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, kickboxing, savate, shoot fighting, matched one-on-one, discipline against discipline, fury versus finesse, until only one man is left standing. The Ultimate Fighter. Friday, November 12th, live only on pay-per-view, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. If you think you know tough, you ain't seen nothing yet. Remember, there are no rules. Crack your knuckles and call your cable company for details.
Let's pick up the public address once again. Dick Callahan introducing Matt Bullard and the rest of the Rockets.
Number 10, Sam Castle. Number 17, Mario Ellie. Number 7, Carl Herrera. Number 3, Richard Petruska. Number 42, Eric Riley. And now the Rockets starting 5 at guard. In his 6th year from Florida, standing 6'4", number 11, Vernon Maxwell. At the other guard position in his 7th year from North Carolina, standing 6'3", number 30, Kenny Smith. Starting at center in his 10th year from Houston, standing 7 feet tall, number 34, Hakeem Olajuwon. At one forward position in his 2nd year from Alabama, standing 6'10", number 25, Robert Horry. And at the other forward position in his 10th year from Providence College, standing 6'10", number 33, Otis Thorpe. The head coach of the Rockets is Rudy Tomjanovich, assisted by Carol Dawson, Bill Berry, and Larry Smith. Houston trainer is Ray Melchior.
Getting set for the Warriors to be introduced with a special guest to do the introductions. Don Nelson going with his third different starting lineup in 3 games, with Chris Webber now on hand at power forward. This, of course, allows Billy Owens to return to his so-called natural position. Let's go back to Dick Callahan.
Number 35, Judd Bushler. Number 25, Chris Gatling. Number 11, Josh Grant. Number 44, Jeff Grayer. Number 21, Byron Houston. Number 2, Keith Jennings. Number 12, Andre Spencer. Not in uniform this evening, but with their teammates, Tim Hardaway. Sharunas Marshalonis. Chris Mullen. And now the Warriors starting 5. At guard in his 6th year from Southern, standing 5'11", number 6, Avery Johnson. At the other guard position in his 2nd year from Alabama, standing 6'5", number 15, Latrell Sprewell. Starting at center from Iowa State in his 3rd year, standing 6'9", number 52, Victor Alexander. At 1 forward position in his 3rd year from Syracuse, standing 6'9", number 30, Billy Owens. And at the other forward position in his 1st year from Michigan, standing 6'10", number 4, Chris Webber. The head coach of the Warriors, Don Nelson. Assistant coaches, Greg Popovich.
Don Nelson, the head coach of the Golden State Warriors,
Golden State trainer.
getting ready for the home opener. Want to remind you that Sports Channel brings you tonight's Warriors home opener free and unscrambled. But to catch the rest of the Warriors season on Sports Channel, you need to be a subscriber. Just call your local cable company or 1-800-926-SPORT for more information on how to order. Back to Dick Callahan.
And welcome, internationally known ring announcer Michael Buffer, as he introduces tonight's opponents.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an evening of professional basketball sanctioned by the NBA. Tonight, this is the first of 41 main event matches in the regular season and more to come. Tonight, this is the home opener of the 1993-94 season of the Golden State Warriors. Introducing first, to my left, coming off the visitors' bench, wearing red with gold trim, the challengers with a record of 2-0 here in the early part of the season from Houston, Texas, the Houston Rockets. And introducing to my right, wearing the white with blue and gold trim, with an early season record of 1-1, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the pride of the Bay Area, your Golden State Warriors. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, from the Oakland Coliseum Arena here in Oakland, California, let's get ready to rumble!
We wanted to make Michael feel right at home and have a parachutist land on the basketball court, but it wasn't in the budget, unfortunately. Nice job by Mr. Let's Get Ready to Rumble himself, fresh off the Riddick Bowe Evander Holyfield fight, which the Warriors got to catch on tape delay, not knowing the results beforehand, on their charter flight back from Dallas on Saturday night, and everybody was revved up over that one. So we're set to go. The Golden State Warriors 1-1. The Houston Rockets 2-0. Michael Buffer has worked the crowd into a frenzy. Hugh Evans, Bob Delaney, and Mike Callahan will be the officials, and we are underway. The Houston Rockets, defending Midwest Division champs. How far can Akeem and company go this year? Here's Olajuwon with Alexander playing with the sprained left ankle. Little tender, and Akeem drains it. Olajuwon off to a sensational start. 29 points, 12 rebounds at Portland, 24 points, 19 rebounds, 5 blocks against New Jersey. Here's Avery Johnson. Ties it.
Avery Johnson.
The vibrant, always engaging, vocal floor leader Avery Johnson, starting at point guard for the injured Tim Hardaway, who got a tremendous ovation from this crowd here earlier. Maxwell down low into Otis Thorpe. Too strong off the glass. Here comes Billy Owens leading the attack. Owens in the open floor and has to veer to his right. Alexander, good from afar, not that time. Now Kenny Smith with the stutter step, and he shoves Johnson for the offensive foul.
Offensive foul, number 30, Kenny Smith. First personal.
Rudy Tomjanovich, who got many votes for Coach of the Year, a Rocket lifer who found a new kind of success as a head coach. This is his 24th season with the Rockets. Only Al Attles of the Warriors and Wes Unseld of the Bullets have longer continuous service to the same organization. Attles 33 years. Alexander reverse.
They know Alexander likes to go outside. He missed a long shot, goes inside now, but they are not putting Olajuwon on him. They're putting Otis Thorpe. They like to keep Olajuwon near the basket. Alexander draws him away.
Here's Maxwell. Rebound Alexander, showing no signs of that bad left ankle. Johnson behind the back, lost it.
He should have slowed up anyway. Let the traffic catch up with him.
Maxwell slices in, blows it. I'm sure AJ over-exuberant at this particular point.
Now they got Olajuwon on Alexander, just what the Warriors want. You see Big Vic stay out top.
Spray, a long two. Latrell Sprewell, who is fast emerging as a leader. He has really matured fast under fire. Played 47 minutes the first couple of games. Don Nelson will look to play him 40 to 48 minutes per night now with all the problems. And the foul. Akeem is fouled.
There's a little rookie mistake by Chris Webber reaching in on Akeem. And a veteran Renault is going to get the whistle, so you got to stay with the play. Instead, watch the reach in come. Watch the right side of your screen. There's the reach in. you might as well stay with it and hang on the arm so he doesn't have a chance to complete a three-point play.
Well, Chris Webber said he couldn't wait to get it into the score sheet for the first time of the NBA. That's not what he had in mind, but that's one way to get into it. Olajuwon, 73% from the line this year, 11 for 15. Prior to that shot, he has 5. 6-5, Warriors, 9.5 remaining in the first. Avery Johnson beyond the three-point arc, watched by Kenny Smith. Shot clock down to 7. Billy Owens posting. Here's the help out by Smith. 3 on the shot clock. This is Ori. Alley-oop to Akeem Olajuwon.
You just can't let a guy run the floor from end to end. You got to get a body once in a while. You don't want him to cut right to the hole. Defense is going to be a problem all night long against this club. They're so talented, multi-talented from different positions.
So the Rockets take the lead. The foul is on Thorpe.
Number 33, Otis Thorpe.
Olajuwon unchallenged. You see Webber trailing him on the play. Now someone has got to recognize that and at least step in between Olajuwon and the basket. That time it looked like Sprewell had a chance to do it.
What a time to break in against this front line for Chris Webber. In and out for A.J. Avery Johnson. A quick outlet down to Smith. And the Rockets set up. Smith with a bullet off the hands of Thorpe, too strong. Here's Sprewell now the other way. Spree with a bounce pass. Webber! And Chris Webber's first field goal in the NBA with authority.
And you're going to see most of his baskets early in his career occurring that way. He answers Akeem with a dunk of his own running the floor.
The Warriors recapture the lead. The help out by Sprewell around the horn. And it is drained by Robert Horry, his second year out of Alabama, former college teammate of Sprewell.
That's all they need, another three-point shooter on this club. Horry shooting very well from that range in the early going.
And again, 10-10 your score. Good start. Rejected. Goaltending. Billy Owens getting high.
Well, you saw some skill in the open court of Chris Webber. He is a lot like Billy Owens in his ball handling ability. A little crossover dribble and a beautiful finger roll. Look at him come up the top. Look at that. Changes direction, low center of gravity, and then extends skyward in a nice soft finger roll.
He is a prototype power forward, but some feel a small forward in a power forward's body. Off the rejection there. Vernon Maxwell tight ropes the sideline. 3 for Smith. Here comes Webber in the open court. Webber, ball handling. Webber all the way. Oh, everything but followed up and in by Billy Owens. Would that have been sweet?
That's just a little conditioning. You know, a tendency to get winded very early in a game after you played 3 or 4 minutes.
Listen to this crowd, Jill. Appreciative of Webber's efforts.
It was a heck of a move around Kenny Smith.
Well, he told us the other night he's only 75% as far as conditioning. Talking about Webber as Akeem does it again.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you're only 75%. It really takes it out of you the first few minutes of the game. You know his adrenaline is pumping.
That will overcome a lot of pain. Yes, he's coming off a sprained ankle and an appendectomy, which set him back.
And a week's layoff.
Absolutely. Sprewell in traffic, doesn't get the roll. And Thorpe guns it down to Smith. He finds Maxwell, one-on-one with Johnson. In and out. And a loose ball foul climbing by Sprewell. Number 1 on Latrell Sprewell, 6:36 on the clock in the first. Good start for Chris Webber. Houston leads it 14-12.
If you have cable, you have Sports Channel, and you get to see Cal, Stanford, and all of Prime Network programming. But when a Warriors or Sharks game comes on, your TV does this. That's because you don't subscribe to Sports Channel's Pro Side. If you pay a little extra for Sports Channel every month, you'll see year-round excitement from the Giants, A's, Warriors, and Sharks. To order Sports Channel's Pro coverage, call your cable company or 1-800-926-SPORT for information.
One of the things that sets Mercury Villager apart from the rest of the minivan crowd is its unique sliding rear seat. For those occasions when you need more room, slide the seat forward. More room? Slide it forward to the middle seat. More room? Remove the middle seat and slide all the way up. And if you still need more room, call Milo. The Mercury Villager. All this and the quality of a Mercury.
You're inside the Good Guys Veterans Day sale. Big selection, great service, hot prices. RCA 13-inch TV, cable ready with remote. Save $50. Now only $169. Kenwood CD player, 5-disc changer with remote. Save $50. Now only $179. JVC digital stereo with cassette recorder. Save $10. Now only $49. The Veterans Day sale at the Good Guys. Better doesn't cost more.
An electrifying start by Chris Webber. The Rockets up 14-12 though, with 6:36 to go in the first quarter. I think this spree, if you'll pardon the expression, by the Warriors, answering your question on the open, will the Warriors run?
Yeah, I thought they would come out running. I don't think you're going to see the slowdown. And obviously tonight they have had several fast break opportunities. And how about that for a nice climax at the end of the break for a first basket in the NBA by Chris Webber, a very memorable one.
Do we edit that out now and send it FedEx to Springfield, or should we hold off?
We'll hold off for a while, but I think you'll see a lot of them, and I think he may eventually end up there, but let's not worry about that now.
Here's Olajuwon, who's going to end up there. No question about that. Steal by Webber. Headmans it to A.J. Avery Johnson. Would have been goaltending. It went anyway.
See the smart play by Webber? He didn't throw it to Avery Johnson. He threw it over the top to the basket and let the sprinting of Johnson catch up with it.
Chris Webber has watched his share of hockey, being, I'm sure, a Detroit Red Wings fan. It was a beautiful headman pass a la hockey. Tied at 14.
He's watched a lot of sports. He is a fan of all sports. Loves football.
Billy Owens with an emphatic rebound. That's what Don Nelson wants to see more of.
Aggressive and way up above everyone. You see how they keep Vic out on the perimeter? Now he's underneath. He's wide open. They switch inside. Now it's Thorpe.
The help out by Kenny Smith. He finds an open Johnson. Olajuwon with the rebound. Stolen away. Webber wrestling with Olajuwon. Jump ball.
They always said his best assets, besides his size, were the tremendous hands.
Don Nelson has to feel there's a little angel on his shoulder, perhaps, here in the opening minutes.
Now Billy Owens should take up the slack. Now he does. Should get closer to Vernon Maxwell.
He needs a leprechaun at this point or something like that after what's happened. Nice move by Kenny Smith. Is he ever quick? 7th here out of North Carolina.
I think you'll get more minutes this year, Kenny Smith, now that they've shipped Sleepy Floyd out. Only played 29+ minutes last year, and he's got great numbers to show for it. He needs more minutes on the floor.
Floyd now at San Antonio. They just picked up Miguel Knight to play point guard. Here's A.J. Avery Johnson. Johnson with a fall away. Tough shot. Bad angle.
You see, Avery Johnson can get all the shots he wants. What he has to do is discipline himself. Nice steal by Spree, but we'll talk about Avery in a minute. They're going to double team and leave him open. He's not a great shooter, but he's got to restrain himself.
Sprewell off the stutter step up the ladder, and the Rockets recover. Vernon Maxwell. Here's Olajuwon with that quick move. He's tied up at the baseline by Alexander. The ball rolls out to the Rockets.
Very early on, you have to say, question, will you double team Olajuwon at the low block? Maybe not on the perimeter, let him go one up, single. But on the low block, they're going to double team from different people. Maxwell, you'll take a chance on him. He's a streak shooter. Kenny Smith, you won't double with Kenny Smith's man. He has to defend with Kenny Smith. That's a turnover, good overplay.
Meanwhile, Jim, Chris Webber sits down with 4 points in his NBA debut. Got a good hand from the crowd. Jeff Grayer, who comes off the fine performance at Dallas, 16 points and 10 rebounds. 6 on the offensive board is it. He started in that game the other night and really rose to the occasion. 16-14 Rockets. It'll be Warrior ball with 12 on the 24.
Avery Johnson just a little too quick to make the play there. Just back the ball up. Akeem's going to come with you. Alexander will still be there. You're the king when you have the ball. Let no one or nothing hurry you.
He just seems very over anxious right now, as was Jeff Grayer, who lost it, but recovered by Owens. Alexander for 3. Loose ball picked up by Grayer. Quick dividends by Grayer. He back taps it, but it's taken away by Maxwell. Beautiful pass to Smith. Ball fake. Now he gets it over to Olajuwon. And a foul. I don't think Kenny Smith realized at first that it was Akeem. I think he was going to go, and then he noticed it's Akeem. I better give him the ball.
He made a nice play, a nice little ball fake. He made Victor Alexander commit. That's all he wanted to do. Now Akeem, I thought Akeem would go straight to the hoop. Instead, he took the 2-foot plant and gave Alexander a chance to come back. He does pick up the foul, goes to the line.
Yes, number 1 on Alexander. Akeem Olajuwon now 2 for 2.
I think Kenny Smith thought he was going to get a nice clean assist and finish with a dunk by Akeem.
Smith, who had the 20 points at Portland the other night. Olajuwon finally misses one. He already has 10 points. Warriors down 3. 4:05 remaining in the first.
Good spacing by the Warriors. They keep the middle open most of the time.
And the outside jumper works for Billy Owens. That's something that was very inconsistent during the preseason and the first 2 games of the regular season.
There will be games this season that will be inconsistent. Just wants to find more regular games where he can knock it down.
Don Nelson would like to see him eventually average 18 to 20 points every night. Nice move by Owens.
Spree just let his former Alabama teammate get too low on the post. You can't let a guy catch the ball 4 feet from the hoop.
They were said not to be the best of friends at Alabama. But that is denied by the 2 of them. As Grayer hits the floor.
Had an easy shot. Olajuwon didn't go for the block, but his presence made Grayer miss.
Otis Thorpe swooping in for the basket. Steady but unspectacular. Otis Thorpe, but that was semi-spectacular.
Finally made the All-Star team a couple of years ago for the first time. He's got great numbers throughout. What a tremendous percentage shooter from the floor he is.
And so durable. A string of 542 straight broken last year. 21-16 Rockets.
Once again, Avery Johnson's man double teams.
With 2 on the shot clock. The 3. Now it's a 2 by Billy Owens. Billy Owens with 6.
I misled you with the fingers there. I was so excited Owens put down 2 in a row from the outside.
So Billy Owens with 3 field goals and 6 points.
Now Spree will come in and double.
Olajuwon back to Maxwell. High archer for 3.
And now, Steve, this game is so fast-paced right now, hard to get all the points in, but now they got to be aware if Maxwell hits that one, he's liable to hit 4 more in a row. We've seen him do it.
No one in the NBA has made more threes since 1991. Over 450. Warriors down by 6. Coming up to 2 minutes remaining in the first. Avery Johnson.
Remember I said restraint? He went up to shoot, then stopped, just got out of rhythm. And again, the cavern opens up, coming right down the middle. The wave just goes right into the hoop.
Beautiful drive by Otis Thorpe. He's got 4. 2:01 on the clock in the first. Rockets out to their largest lead, 26-18.
Before a big series, the San Jose Sharks study all the films they can get. They learn who the enforcer will be. They identify the hot shooter. And they spotlight the player most likely to choke. See how much the Sharks have learned on Sports Channel. Sports Channel, home of the dramatic instant replay.
Wells Fargo has been coming through for Californians since Gold Rush days. Outstanding record, outstanding performance. Today, you'll find an impressive lineup of services to help you stay ahead of the game. Like Wells Fargo's 5-minute Max Teller service or 24-hour person-to-person phone service. And to keep you financially fit, a full roster of products for reaching your personal goals. Wells Fargo Bank, strong for Californians since 1852.
Well, the Rockets lead it 26-18 late in the first. A pleasure to introduce the newest member of our Warriors Sports Channel broadcast team. Let's go over to Brian Weber. Brian?
Thank you, Steve. I spent most of the first quarter trying to goad Michael Buffer into introducing me like he did the players, talking to the Warrior medical staff about the availability and the potential effectiveness of the 3 injured Warriors. They said that Byron Houston has apparently gotten over the flu. The chicken soup has worked. They estimated that Vic Alexander would be about 80%, and they thought that Chris Webber would be something less than that. Hey, the adrenaline's obviously kicked in his debut. Back to you and Jim at courtside.
All right, Brian. You see that? Chicken soup. That's all the Warriors needed.
Number 2, Keith Jennings.
Well, tonight's Scores Around the League is brought to you by not Chris Webber, not Brian Webber, but Payne Webber. We believe our most important investment is an investment in relationships. There you go. The Knicks over the Sixers. Orlando beats Indiana 104-98. Charlotte losing to Cleveland. Cleveland without Larry Nance. They'll be in later this week. Detroit losing to Washington 118-112.
Cleveland finally gets a win, and Charlotte and New York unbeaten up to this point. Both of them 3-0.
Mike Fratello might be looking for the telestrator once again, the way things have begun with Nance out.
I guarantee he's taking some criticism about that New York game. It was tied up 103 all. They allowed John Starks to hit a three-pointer to put, they had a three-point lead with clock running down. Starks hit a three-pointer. Instead of fouling him, putting on the line, they would have won by one.
Olajuwon just picked up his first. Warriors down 26-18. 1:45 and counting in the first. Herrera and Brooks are up for the Rockets. Warriors clock down to 4. Here's Webber back into the ball game. Webber, nifty ball handling, had to rush it up there. 24-second violation. Webber, who checks back in with 4 points, feeling the side of his head, and it's welcome to the NBA. Early indoctrination, it is physical. So here's Scotty Brooks, 6th year out of Cal Irvine, the all-time Rockets three-point percentage leader. Hakeem's going to get a little respite here at the end of the first. Carl Herrera, 3rd year out of Houston, a real hustler, into the ball game as well. Brooks finds an opening. That's too easy.
Well, here's a guy that was in Minnesota. A lot of people didn't think much of him, but somehow he's worked himself into a lot of playing time under Rudy Tomjanovich.
Really had a nice year off the bench for the Rockets last season.
Averaged about 18 minutes a game, so he does have confidence in Scotty Brooks.
Jeff Grayer on the misfire. Nice follow by Chris Webber, and then Billy Owens to the board.
Yeah, that's a nice 1-2 combination with Webber and Owens. Owens is going to reap a lot of benefits because of Webber's presence.
And the good thing about that for the Warriors, Owens had been having his difficulty finishing plays over the first couple of games.
That's because he tried to take the play, make it himself, and then finish it. There he just picks up the garbage. He's best at that.
Thorpe with the putback. Sprewell goes high for it. This is Billy Owens. Back to Spree. Webber. See, this is a presence, obviously, the Warriors lacking over the last few years, and suddenly it's a real eye-opener.
Again, you have a guy, if you create some space, make his man commit, Webber I'm talking about, leave him open, he can finish at the rim.
So the Warriors within 6. There's your time remaining in the first. Jeff Grayer. 5 seconds. Deflection to the hands of Mr. Jennings in there. 1 second. Owens almost. A catch and shoot. And that is the end of the first quarter in the home opener. Chris Webber has 6 points in the first, and after one, 28-22 Rockets.
In the summer of 1994, events in 9 U.S. cities will cause an international uproar. The 1994 World Cup, brought to you in part by Fujifilm.
Just because you have your mom's eyes doesn't mean you have to wear her clothes. Park is just $149 at Wilson's, the leather experts.
Warriors have sold out the Coliseum for another season, but there's a big difference between sold out and being left out. Sports Channel is televising 38 exclusive Warriors home games. To order, call your local cable company.
Nissan Pathfinder presents Warren Miller's Black Diamond Rush. It's more than a movie. It's an event. If you ski or snowboard, you won't want to miss it. Get your tickets today.
Coming to the Bay Area November 5th to 21st. Check the San Francisco Chronicle for the show schedule. Tickets available at Fast Tickets, Any Mountain Sports Shops, the North Face stores, and venue box offices.
Rockets 28, Warriors 22 heading into the second. Well, you have cable TV, but do you have a subscription to Sports Channel's exclusive events? If not, you're missing live sports action from the Giants, A's, Warriors, and Sharks this year, and you can see it all in the comfort of your own home. For more information on how to order, call 1-800-926-SPORT or your local cable company today. Well, the Warriors have averaged just 89 points per game. The fast break was not there over the first two. It is here tonight. Here's Chris Webber in action.
Well, they'll score a little bit more. You see Billy Owens, he is one of the best in the league to go back and get an offensive rebound. He has such quickness to the ball. And so Webber operates inside, draws a little crowd. Billy Owens can clean up. Billy Owens does most of his scoring without the ball. I'm really happy tonight to see him get 2 hoops from the outside with the ball in his hands.
Well, if you can't be pumped up and psyched tonight, forget about it. Billy Owens really into it here. And Chris Webber with a controlled exuberance about his NBA debut. As you check the shooting, Warriors just 39%. Good shooting by the Rockets.
Well, look for the percentage to score up a little bit. Now, good defense by Thorpe. He just held Chris Webber. They tried a little backboard pass. The reason the Warriors will shoot a better percentage, Keith Jennings is in at the point guard. You leave him, he's going to be automatic from the outside.
Here's Vernon Maxwell, a key to the Rockets' success last year, despite his yo-yo consistent reputation. Stay right here, says Hugh Evans, a grab. Number 2 on Chris Webber, who had 6 points, 2 rebounds in the first. Elijah Wan had 10 points, 5 boards. Non-shooting. Mario Elie in there, the former Warrior.
Chris Webber has some bad habits. He'll let a man cut to the hoop and then try to play deep, just like here. That's too deep a position with Thorpe.
Maxwell for 3, an air ball, and the crowd will let him know it.
I'm going to amplify on that point with Chris Webber defensively. In college, he could let anybody come in there. He would just go ahead and play him physically. You can't do that in the NBA. You've got to fight for that position. A foot, 2 feet makes a lot of difference down there in the lane.
And he'll learn. Billy Owens inside. Nice post-up move, backing in and then releasing. Owens has 10.
I'm surprised Houston didn't double team once he put the ball on the floor.
Maxwell. Now here's Mario Elie, the one-time Golden State Warrior, 4th NBA team in 4 years. Warriors get it back. Jeff Grayer. Jennings for 3. Thorpe having position, but having all kinds of difficulty with Webber. Warrior ball.
A lot more to that play than meets the eye. Webber has 2 fouls, but he's going up real thin. Now this is a replay a moment ago on Spreewell's defense. He just took up the slack a moment ago. That's tremendous defense by Spree, but I was very impressed with Webber. Goes up thin to keep the ball alive without fouling.
Chris Gatling in for Owens, who sits with 10. Long bomb by Mr. Jennings. Carl Herrera yanks it down. This is Elie inside to Thorpe. Thorpe looking very impressive, but couldn't complete it. Warriors swarming down floor. Spreewell with the hesitation all the way. Spreewell, who had 23 in the win at Dallas, 22 in the loss at San Antonio.
Now the Houston Rockets in the first period scored at will. They haven't scored yet this period. The Warriors keep working hard defensively. Here's Elie, and he can hit that 3 too.
Not that time, off the heel. Herrera keeps it alive. He's too short. Thorpe can't connect. Thorpe again, too many opportunities for the Rockets.
Thought Gatling had a chance at the ball, but somehow Thorpe wrestled it away.
Thorpe's so strong. And of course, you got to remember, Chris Gatling battling the bad hand. He's got the dislocated finger or knuckle on the left hand.
Well, I'm sure he doesn't want to get in a wrestling match with the ball down there. Good point.
Warriors within 4. 9.5 to go in the second. Webber up the turnaround, gets the roll, and he's got 4 field goals for 8. Chris Webber now 4 for 7 here in his debut.
And the ankle may not be hurting right now, but I guarantee you Webber's tired. He is exhausted.
Yeah, he looks fatigued already. You see him doubled over. Billy Owens will check back in. Didn't get much of a rest. The foul on Spreewell.
Here's Webber working against Thorpe. It isn't a thing of beauty. He doesn't get all the way to the hoop. It kind of scrambles in with a little bit of English, a soft roll, but he'll take it.
And Webber will take a seat. Number 2 on Spreewell.
Yeah, Webber just was exhausted on the play. That's one reason he couldn't beat Thorpe off the dribble.
So he goes over to the bench to get recharged, and he'll be back.
Returning for the Rockets, number 34, Hakeem Olajuwon.
It is now 32-28. The Rockets by 4. Their biggest lead 10. The Warriors' biggest lead 4. Jennings getting a pick from Gatling on the pick and roll. Gatling with the left hand. A heavily taped left hand. Back tap screen for 3. Long rebound Owens, but he lost it to Brooks. Top 3 into the hands of Scotty Brooks at 5'11", maybe. Here's Maxwell. And he does gun some wild threes. Olajuwon keeps it alive.
Maxwell can shoot you in, he can shoot you out.
Yes. We've seen that happen numerous occasions.
Great D by Grayer. He knows Ellie loves to go right. He was helping out. He took up the slack.
And number 1 on Mario Elie. Jeff Grayer, a thinking man's basketball player. Mario Elie, 6'5", his 4th year out of American International. And Grayer attributes the big rebounding effort the other night to his early wrestling indoctrination. You see the turnovers. He was a high school wrestler, and he really has strength.
He knows how to use little grabs and holds and real subtle moves inside.
As long as he doesn't apply any full Nelsons, we're in good shape. Ball goes out of bounds, 8 on the shot clock. Matt Bullard was on another three-point weapon on this Houston team.
Well, Bullard fouled Grayer on the play. Grayer induces bigger players to commit fouls because he's one of the best NBA shooters on the run. He's got a great little shot off of 1 foot right off the dribble.
Grayer off his first double-double of his Warriors career the other night.
If he'd have had 5 more turnovers, it could have been a triple-double.
Not the kind he imagined.
Don was teasing him yesterday on the Warriors weekly roundtable on KNBR. He said he had 6 turnovers. He actually only had 5, but he was teasing him a little bit about that.
Making it even worse. 32-29. The Warriors down by 3.
That's great D by Gatling inside.
Elie for 3. Gatling with position on Hakeem. Here's Owens. Lost it. Stolen by Elie. Down to a wide open Olajuwon.
Well, it doesn't happen very often, but Mario Elie picked the pocket of Billy Owens at half court.
Olajuwon has 12. He's 5 for 5 from the floor, plus 6 boards.
One thing Elie knows, he knows Billy Owens doesn't like to give it up in that position. He knew he was going to try to dribble through it across the line.
Elie, a good pickup by these Rockets. Gatling goes baseline and he's fouled. Little elbow there. A bruising start here.
Number 34, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Number 2 on Olajuwon. Fans like the sound of that.
Good decision. Sprewell draws Olajuwon in and allows Gatling to slip in from the outside. Gatling couldn't finish inside, then induces the foul though. And a good player, Sprewell, knows that he's got to pick up some of the slack with the top 3 scorers out. He's got to make it up somewhere. And you do that too by driving to the hoop and creating things for your teammates.
Chris Gatling had his best preseason in 3 years for the Golden State Warriors, but then came the injury on his left hand, and he misses both free throws. He had been 5 for 6 in the first 2 games. So the Warriors down 5, approaching 7.5 remaining in the second.
Here again, just a little hold inside, battling Olajuwon. But Steve, here's where I would get Kenny Smith back in the game. I don't understand keeping a player like that on the bench this long. He's capable of playing larger numbers.
Similar to the other night in Dallas when we were befuddled as to why Derek Harper wasn't on the floor in the closing moments when the Mavericks got closer to the Warriors. Warriors holding on for the win. Instead, Quinn Buckner opting for rookies and youngsters.
Well, the outside shots haven't been going down with any kind of regularity the past 5 minutes from Brooks or from Elie.
So you got to believe Kenny Smith is in the wings. Pretty turnaround by Olajuwon. Owens clearing the boards, whipping it down. Playing a lot more aggressively. Mr. Jennings off to Grayer.
Grayer doesn't like a long shot. He's effective from 18 feet on in. Maybe 17.
Works well in traffic. Post up, and Gatling was out to lunch on that one as Elie just picked his pocket again. First Elie does it to Owens, then he does it to Gatling, and then on the way back, Elie looks at the Warrior bench.
How about that for a drive, challenging Olajuwon? It's amazing. Grayer will pass up an open 19-footer, but he loves to go inside against big guys.
Nearly stolen, and now Mr. Jennings bumps into Elie. Elie Let's see, seems to be all right. Collided with some fans in the first row, but he's okay. Very physical ball game. 6:38 to go on the first half. It's the Rockets by 5.
If you don't have Sports Channel, here's what you've been missing.
Here's Ellie down to Hardaway.
Touchdown!
The Stanford offense. Upward over the mound.
Slightly in shock.
Muller dishing up.
The first ever San Jose Sharks shutout.
Now he's not mad.
Only on Sports Channel.
Call now to order Sports Channel.
Wells Fargo has been coming through for Californians since Gold Rush days. Outstanding record, outstanding performance. Today, you'll find an impressive lineup of services to help you stay ahead of the game. Like Wells Fargo's 5-minute Max Teller service or 24-hour person-to-person phone service. And to keep you financially fit, a full roster of products for reaching your personal goals. Wells Fargo Bank, strong for Californians since 1852.
Time to find out why people are buying the Mercury Villager instead of our minivan.
After you, sir.
We all can't fit in here.
Oh, no, you just slide the seat back. It's actually very complicated.
Like a V6 leather CD player, if you like that sort of thing, which I...
How does it drive?
Great. I mean... It also has standard four-wheel anti-lock brakes.
The Mercury Villager. All this and the quality of a Mercury.
So the Rockets lead it 36-31 midway through the second. The next time you'll see the Warriors on Sports Channel, Friday, November the 12th at 7:30 p.m. They'll be facing the always tough Cleveland Cavaliers with All-Stars Brad Daugherty, Mark Price, and they check in with new head coach, the czar of the Telestrator, Mike Fratello. Larry Nance out of action, arthroscopic surgery. They've got a revamped front line there with Chris Mills, the rookie from Arizona, Pac-10 Player of the Year, and John Hot Rod Williams with the Daugherty. Here's Olajuwon. Of course, Tyrone Hill coming off the bench. Warriors down 5. Keith Mr. Jennings. And he is fouled hard by Scotty Brooks. Collides with him. Number 1 on Brooks.
And that's a play you very often pick up a Charlie horse right into the thigh area, but it looks like Keith Jennings is okay. You'd never be able to tell if he had a Charlie horse because those pants are down to his knees.
Yes, Keith Jennings on the basketball court. No slave to fashion, ladies and gentlemen. Owens down low to Grayer, and Gray with a long hook.
That's a good shot for Jeff. He's got a nice little turn to the left shoulder. And I think Keith Jennings has Chris Webber's trunks on. It looks like the same size.
Or Archie Moore's. And it's drained by Olajuwon, who has 14. Akeem is now 6 for 8. For 3, Mister.
Missed his first 2 shots, finally gets that one down, comes down. It's nice to see him get it in rhythm, too. A lot of times I think of Keith as a catch-and-shoot player, not able to create his own shot, but they tell me, the coaching organization says, he can do a lot more than that.
Ellie with a twisting move inside. Another rebound for Billy Owens. Now has 9. Keith Jennings. Back to Owens. Oh, bad pass by Owens. Looking for Johnson. Another steal. That's the 3rd by Ellie. Off balance, Brooks.
Scott Brooks.
Awkward shot by Brooks. Able to hit. Here's Mister for 3. Ellie pucks it out of the air. Warriors down by 6. And Mr. Jennings steps in, and it's a foul.
Number 2.
His second.
Keith Jennings, second personal foul. Warriors 5th.
I'm not surprised he took that 3 on Olajuwon. Olajuwon wasn't surprised either. He closed on him a lot quicker than I think Keith Jennings realized. Tremendous quickness from the big guy. You know, one other center I remember that could do that was Bill Walton. He could go from point A to point B, and I'm talking from around the basket, clear out to challenge a guy beyond the top of the circle quicker than any center I ever remember. Olajuwon has that capability.
Yeah, as we said on the open, many feel the best all-around athlete and player in the NBA, particularly with Michael Jordan retired now. Sprewell in for Grayer. Meanwhile, just a moment ago, Alexander checked in for Weber. Now Mario Ellie at the line. He makes both. So it's Victor Alexander, now Sprewell, Avery Johnson, Billy Owens, Mr. Jennings.
With 2 very small guards, essentially 2 point guards. So they said they would do that this year with Timmy and Keith Jennings, and now they're doing it with Avery Johnson.
Spree for three.
Spree for three.
So that's his first three of the night. 6 for 14 coming into the game at 43%. Sky hook by Olajuwon, and he is fouled by Big Vic Alexander.
Well, a very late call. He may have gotten the body. It was after the shot. He's going to go to the line for two. I think Vic tried to go up and restrain himself. He did come into Olajuwon just a little.
So number 2 on Alexander. Alexander, you recall, got into early foul trouble at San Antonio and played only 15 minutes. Had 14 points, only 4 boards at Dallas in 18 minutes, but he was dealing with the sprained ankle, missed the last 21 and a half minutes.
Now, Steve, watch this shot. You want Olajuwon to shoot from here. If you can put him out to maybe 14 feet away, that's exactly where he is, a jump hook. You can see the body got Olajuwon. You want to get a little thin there, go at him, and then go back. If he makes it, he earns it.
Olajuwon makes 1 out of 2, and he has 15 points, along with 6 rebounds. Made the All-Star team for the 8th time in 9 years last year.
He's been all defensive first team 4 times and thrice on the second team.
And he's also done it 3 times. 43-37, Houston. Mister. 2 on the shot clock. Alexander coughed it up.
Yeah, Vic isn't ready. He just got to get more aggressive, more alert. He knows the ball is going to be coming to him. When Olajuwon turns his back, get ready.
Yeah, this is like shooting ducks for Olajuwon. Look at this move.
Now that is impressive. I mean,
pretty good agility.
What a finish. That was a Michael Jordan-esque move.
Not bad for 7 foot, 255. He moves like a guard sometimes. Alexander with a very nifty move there.
I think Olajuwon gave him a little alarm clock wake-up call.
Wake up, yeah. Perhaps inspired by Hakeem. Kenny Smith, stolen by Sprewell. Kept alive. A diving Hakeem. Here's Mr. Jennings to Spree for 3. No, he'll pass it up. Nearly threw it away. Kept going by Jennings on his keister. Spree for 3. Rebound Alexander off the fingertips of Ori. It'll be Warriors ball. What a sequence. First Hakeem on the floor at one end and then at the other end. Wild.
Well, Sprewell steps in. Look at him step into the play and take out the passing lane. Didn't save it, and Keith Jennings takes up the slack. And what a play at the other end. Jennings right on the floor. Of course, he doesn't have too far to go, but a nice pass to Spree.
5-7, you are correct. Warriors down 6, 3.5 in the first half. A skip pass, dangerous. Here's Jennings, good fake. Gets it back to Sprewell. Sprewell with a running one-hander. Thorpe gobbles it up.
Jumped a little soon, did Thorpe. He just hung there, climbing that imaginary rope and just stayed with the play. Good rebound.
Some unbelievable athleticism here tonight. Coming up to 3 minutes left in the half. Shot clock down to 7. Robert Ori, look out.
Oh, he may have been fouled on the play too by Billy Owens. What a power move by Robert Ori.
Terrific leaping ability by the 6'10 Ori.
Kind of looked like Cedric Ceballos along the baseline. He
without a blindfold.
Just went right to the hoop, strong.
Billy Owens. Stripped by Smith. Kenny Smith had that beautifully diagnosed. Whips it over to Maxwell for 3. That time he got nothing but net.
It seems like when Smith's in the game and Maxwell, they get better outside shooting and they get more dunks.
7 points for the wild and wacky Vernon Maxwell. 2:32 to go in the first half. Houston 50, Warriors 39.
Are annual credit card fees sending you through the roof? Carry the card that charges no annual fee and stay on firm financial ground. It pays to Discover. And when you receive your pre-approved Discover card application, it pays to sign it.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. Because we've made getting a card with no fee no problem.
Oh.
It pays to Discover.
We'd like to compare the new 94 Nissan truck with the 94 Toyota. Both give you the great outdoors, but with the Nissan Value Package, you get air conditioning, AM/FM cassette stereo, power mirrors, and a chrome package for over $1,600 less than the comparably equipped Toyota. So for $1,600 less, you not only get the great outdoors, you also get a great indoors. Nissan, it's time to expect more from a truck.
Welcome back to the Coliseum Arena. Off to a flying start here. 2:32 to go in the first half. The Rockets out to their largest lead of the night. Here's some of the action.
How about Olajuwon making the play? Oriel on the baseline, challenging Billy Owens. What a strong move, and he gives you a little Dennis Rodman swagger.
This don't dye the hair, Robert. Off the solid rookie year is Ori. He spells it H-O-R-R-Y, silent H. The same for Olajuwon's first name. It's spelled now with an H, Akeem, but it's pronounced as it used to be, Akeem. Ori, number 11 pick last year, as you look at the walking wounded of the Golden State Warriors, led by Chris Mullin, who should be back in about 15 or 16 games off the hand injury. You see it on the non-shooting hand, the right hand, the lacerated hand. And should be back by sometime in late December. 50-39, the Rockets, 2:32 on the clock in the first half. Chris Webber on the floor, he had 6 points, 2 rebounds after one. He now has 8 points and 2 rebounds in the late second. But he is being used sparingly because of the conditioning factor. So it's Owens, Alexander, Webber, Sprewell, and Johnson. This is your starting lineup. Warriors again scrambling in the 10 of the shot clock. They'll maintain.
Avery just trying to force the action, make it happen. You know, in his home debut here, he wants to really make an impression.
He feels it's a dream come true, but isn't at the point where he's emotional. He got a call from Magic Johnson last week who said he cried when he first put on his basketball uniform in the NBA. Bodies flying, Ori goes down. And the foul on the Rockets, and Hugh Evans and Rudy Tomjanovich have some words.
Number 25.
Number 1 on Ori. It'll be a non-shooting foul. Rudy T, sensational career, 11-year career, number 2 pick overall by San Diego, 5-time All-Star. Out of Chris Webber's school, too, Michigan. Now here's Avery Johnson. Stolen again, another steal for the Rockets, and the foul. Don Nelson telling Chris Webber he's got to set the screen. 8 turnovers this quarter alone by the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, they had the advantage a while ago. We brought up that graphic. I think it was 7-3 at the point, but this period, they have not helped their cause. They were in the ball game, and all of a sudden now it's an 11-point lead because the first stringers are back in for Houston. They're continuing to score. Matt Bullard, here's a guy that can score too, and then the Warriors have been just self-destructing.
Vernon Maxwell has been known to do that himself.